Let's do this, Brutus. Yes. Good morning, all. Good morning. Good morning. Are you ready for a beautiful day in the market, or at least a day where we can close up our trades for sellers? Because sellers, we like Friday expirations. Hopefully, the expirations and everything are going to be profitable, right? We hope that everything is profitable. Let me get a banner running, and then we will be on our way. We'll be on the way. It's Friday, June the 7th, right? Share screen. Woo-hoo. I think I should have moved this, and I think I may before I do that. Move this down here. So when I share my screen, I'm sharing the screen I want to be sharing. Okay. This is good. This is good, good. All righty. Morning, peeps. Mr. Ward, look at you. You in here bright and early this morning. Miss Marcia, hey, how y'all doing? Okay, we need to be sharing the screen. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Let's do the share. There we go. It's sharing now. Hey, Asleen. How we doing? Okay, I'm here. The VIX this morning is at 12.83. Right, it's up and running. We're up about 1.99% or 2% up. The VIX being up is an indication the market may be down. 12.84 really kind of keeps us in this space where we've been for a little while. 12, 13, we seem to be hanging out in this zone. When it gets up to 15, 16, 17, 18, I've seen it. That's when we have some downward motion. But I really feel like the world seems to be absorbing the information from these different data points. Like it's like their regular hat now, so you don't see as much of a move when we get these data points. U.S. economy booms with 272,000 jobs added in May. GameStop whipsaws on a share sale plan ahead of live stream. Yeah, so I think it's pulling back for those who were fooling up with GameStop and fooling up with Hello Kitty. I think his name is something else, but he's doing he did a live stream or something the other day, and that seemed to cause a stir. U.S. futures mark time ahead of pivotal jobs report. AI's impressive feat turning utilities into a hot trade. Ooh, interesting. The high quality stock basically on sale. I guess we're talking about Uber since it's in the background. Watch in May, Nvidia stock split is coming. I want to say the Nvidia stock split happens like today. And I think you had to have your stocks by yesterday in order to be a part of the split. So if you didn't own some, or if you did own some, then that's going to happen over this weekend. Seems like Novavax surges almost 300% in the past month. Novavax was the one, wasn't it? The one of the vaccines for the C-19. Wasn't that them? I think it was. U.S. jobs gain. Okay, so our Dow futures are down 0.11%, S&P futures down 0.22%, NASDAQ futures down 0.15%, oil and 10-year bonds are both green. Stock futures side after better than expected jobs report boosts the yields. Calendar this morning, we did have average hourly earnings, I guess. Come on, there we go, get bigger. Average hourly earnings we had this morning, 0.4%. They thought it was going to be 0.3%, and that's in green. Non-farm employment change, 272,000 jobs, as they say, were added. Unemployment rate, 4%. So that's about, where it was. There was projected to be 3.9%. It's at 4%. So that's red, but it's still, I think, in the range. But the non-farm employment change seemed to be the big thing to add 272,000 jobs. But weirdly enough, when this information popped out, the S&P 500 S&P, SPX 500, as you can see, and futures dropped. Like they were like, what's going on? It had a big old red candle. And if you don't watch SPX, you can watch SPX throughout the night at the SPX 500 on TradingView. Later today, 10 o'clock, we will have final wholesale inventories. That's at 10. It's the yellow folder. FOMC member Cook is going to speak. And I thought the FOMC members weren't speaking for a window of time in like leading up to their announcement next week. But looks like one is going to speak today at 12 o'clock. So consumer credit is also at 3 o'clock. Those are things that you might want to check out when as we trade through the day. You always want to know what's happening. You want to know what's happening in the data deliveries or meetings and whatever, so that way you can see how that will affect your trades. Got to be kind of up to it can be comfortable to just kind of be in a trade and be chilling, and then something happens. You're like, wait, what happened? What happened? I don't even know. Aslene's here. Ace Options. Tanya's here. Good morning. And Janae, TGIF. Yep. Y'all see this big old red candle? I was telling you that when the data came out, this big red candle dropped, and then now it seems to be recovering from there. Okay. So let's go see what. Okay, not you. Let's go see. There was some minor earnings last night, yesterday after market close, and then one or two things this morning. I think somebody, Jilly or other, was this morning. The bigger ones, if you want to call them bigger ones, they definitely are coming out of our earnings season. And so DocuSign was last night, which yesterday after market closed, that was there. Samsara, Rent the Runway is there. Vail Resorts, NGL, Zoomies. I think the biggest one basically was the DocuSign, was yesterday after market close. And this morning we've got Jake Jill and Graham. Those are really the ones that would have, anticipated. I'll use that word loosely. Adam Mancini, again, he's a level to level ES trader. He trades ES futures. Initial NFP reaction books and SPX and very precise technicals. 53.42, 53.11 is the basing range as posted, and we dipped to 53.11, and then we bounced out. No change from here. 53.33, 53.42, same upside targets remain above. 53.11 remains the support, but it's weaker now. We sell below to 52.93. If you're trading XSP, you've got 534 on the call side and 529 on the put side. All righty, let's go back. See, the market should have opened. I was opening up my Thinkorswim, and it's taking its own penny time opening. Anytime I'm running a chart, running the live stream to several places, and running other stuff, my little computer is like, you need to give it a minute. You're doing a lot, Missy. This is the 15-minute chart. We did open with a gap down. This is SPX we're on right now. We opened with a gap down. Let me put a little gap on here. A little gap on. If you got some tickers you want us to look at, go ahead and put them in the chat, in the comments. We're going to look at tickers today for exits next Friday. Hey, Carmen. Hey, Tamar. We're going to look at tickers today for next week's exit. Tamar got us all on EMPH, and we still doing EMPH. I don't know I think one side of mine closed from earlier this week, but the other side is still motoring along. Okay, so this is the gap for SPX. This is the candle that is forming right now. Of course, the hour and the day are showing red here on the time frame continuity. That's because we're in the first hour, and we're in the first hour of the day. So when we, this will change up a bit as we get out further in the minutes. Our time frame continuity will shift a bit. Okay, so that's that. Let's go see what ANPH has. And I also want to see what Devon has. Good old Devon. We've been riding with Devon too. See what Devon has to offer. This is ENPH. Oh, I wonder why it gap there. You know what though? Tamar said ENPH like the gap. They like to gap around. Seems like they do fill their gaps though. From what I can see here, they do come on back in short order and get the gaps filled. But let's see. Let's put on the 15-minute chart. Need to put a gap here, a little gap box letting us know that it did a bit of a gap down. I guess he came out of, I think this was the gap. This back here was a previously marked gap. I think this gray is me. Yep, it is. So there's the gap we're working with there. ENPH is currently at 127.40. 127.40. Let me finish the rest of my login so I can see some stuff. Come on, Thinkorswim. You can do it. Devon, let's see what this Devon Energy has going on. Down suits me just fine because mine was a call credit spread it was act like it wanted to be way too close to my 47 strike. So I'm fine with it being on its way down a bit. Give me a chance to exit my trades. Exit my trade. Now, Devon is one that I let Peakbot. I let Peakbot enter Devon for me. So last week I do two things. I let Peakbot do at this point Devon and TQQQ. I've been very pleased with the TQQQ of how TQQQ does. I'm trying to go where I want to go. There we go. Maybe it'll add to the screen now. But TQQQ last week, the Peakbot trend spread bot, which is the one that I'm using now, I'm beta testing it, is the trend spread bot. Basically, this bot it's a seller's thing, it's a seller's movement. So it enters, I pick the stock basically, and then it enters the trend spread, depending on the trend, whether it's bullish or bearish. The bot decides based on the 67-day moving average, and then it will give you the direction of which one to go, and then the bot enters the spread for you. I go ahead and close it after, depending if it gets down to a good profitable place, I close it, and then if it's Monday or Tuesday, the bot will enter again, because the bot's going to enter on Friday, Monday, and Tuesday. So in this case, you can see on the screen here, I entered last Friday. I collected $57 on a 3 spread. So that's almost 20% return. The 3 spread would be $300. I collected $57. And then on Monday, I closed that trade I paid $6 to close it. So I kept 51 of those dollars. Then that same day, the bot re-entered again and took on $55. This spread was a 3.5, so still almost 20%, maybe like 18%. And then I closed it a couple of days later. I closed it on Wednesday for $10. So I kept what I have here. I kept 96, really, when you add these together, I kept 96 of those dollars, and I used the same $350 of collateral for both those trades. I didn't put more money in. I used 300, max $350, and I collected 90. That's a 30% return on my collateral, and all I had to do was select the stock. The bot did the rest. Right, the bot entered. I did choose to exit because I'm an active trader and I can exit. But now, if you're not somebody who's an active trader and you want to leave the bot will exit it on Friday for you. I just saw if there's an opportunity to rinse and repeat, then why not, right? Then why not rinse and repeat? So if if you want to check out Peakbot, you can for 25% off of your first quarter. You can go ahead and check out Peakbot. I'm trying to get where I can type a comment here. There it is. You can go to use Peakbot. And Peakbot, of course, it doesn't have to be your entire trading, but it can be. You know, if you're learning seller strategies or you're doing buying strategies and you want to have some selling strategies going on for you, then you can let the bot work for you. Look at Devin trying to act like it wants to come back. No, buddy, we get ready to be done with this. We get ready to be done with this. Okay, where are you going? Okay, back to the screen, back to the charts. Did we put any charts in here? Tamar says, yeah, EMPH has it's known to go ahead and jump around a bit. So when I was doing my selecting of strikes, I kept that in mind. When it did the ±5 over there, then I used the number that it gave. I was like, yep, I'm fine with that. Go ahead and go with that. I'm fine with that. I don't think I have Devin set to. Nope, it's not working. Let's get you working, buddy. Don't be trying me. You can close it right now. We can close it right now. My computer's moving very slow. Oh, okay. See if we can get this down just a taste. There we go. Confirm and send. I have to do all the things at the same time. Did y'all didn't put no stops in the chat? That means we don't want to see none. That's cool. I'll come up some because I got some. I always got some in the clip. I always got some in the clip. Baby. Okay, let's go look. Last night we looked at our yesterday we did with day 4 of the Start with the Chart challenge. We did day 4 of it last night. We did indicators last night. Ooh, good stuff. Always good stuff. This is Target. Let me see. I had Target set up last night to enter. What did I have Target set to do? Are we on the daily chart? Yes, we are. Okay. Target, I had it to enter as it went downwards outside this bottom here to see what we do. Now, Target has come here and kind of moved up a little bit for today, but I've got us on a downwards ride. This gap that Target had this day filled it all back up. Yep. And then it came on back down. So let's see, from a call credit spread standpoint, this is the daily. Maybe it was on the weekly chart when I was looking at that. I think I was. Okay. Looking at a call credit spread on Target, seeing that it is going this direction, direction. Looking at it for next week, looking at it for next Friday expiration, got a horizontal line. We can look here to say we've got resistance up here at 163. This is a good resistance place. Looks like we do have some support just below where we are, according to our pivots. I believe that's the pivots indicator that is down here, showing us that we do have some support down here. But I feel like, let me see if I put on the line chart so we can see clearly. See this line right here? There we go. Anytime you see a peak and a valley, it lets you know that that was a place where the price turned around. So I see that as what, 159 and some change, I believe that is over there. So let's go look. Let me see if I can get us some Target. You know, I think back to when Target and Walmart were when Target was just coming out, they were like in the same space with Walmart. And there was, Target, Walmart, I think Kmart was still open. So you had these 3 big boys kind of in the same spot, right? Next thing we know, Target really started, in the newspaper. This is kind of what I remember. We would get the newspaper and you'd have the ads. Walmart's ads would be in there. Walmart's ads would have this like recycled paper, um, just kind of, they were nice, the colorful, Kmart's was real. They was their ads was real low budget basically, and then Walmart was like a step up. But Target's ad would have this little shiny, little really like bright paper, had a little shiny finish on it, just really like they were setting themselves apart with that. And then next thing you know, where you could do their pricing kind of stayed around the same place. Next thing you know, Target wasn't trying to sell the same stuff Walmart was selling. Initially, they were all kind of in the same space. But then Target was like, no, let's us differentiate our sales. And now you can see there is, over the course of time, I'm giving all this information. I am going somewhere with this to say that the small differentiations on the front side of the Target versus Walmart has now showed over time. They said you may start here together, then over time you're going dun, 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 and it's a big divide between those two now. Pricing wise, product selection wise, the experience you're going to have in one store versus the other. I mean, it's just big. So you can start with something that may be small, but something that differentiates you. I'm talking about for those, this is for the business owners. It's my encouraging word for the day. The business owners, get something that's going to differentiate you from your competition and lean in on that. Right? Target didn't try to be Walmart. Now they started up in the same space, and they still are kind of in the same space. Target, I don't know if they fall into the low budget shopping experience, trying to be the best prices. Target ain't really trying to be the best prices. Not really. Not really. They're not. But they started off kind of in that space, and then they do. Now, if I want things like, if I'm looking for keto food items or items that are sourced responsibly, if I'm looking for unique things to find, I'm not necessarily going to go to Walmart looking for some of those things. I'm going to go into the Target. And this is not a Target ad. I'm just saying, as a business owner, figure out what you're going to do to differentiate yourself and lean in on it just like they did. It's just like a case study is what I'm going with. Okay, so I was talking about the different places for a call credit spread. Back to the task at hand, inspirational moments aside. So if we're looking for next Friday, we're looking for the 14th. I had us call credit spread. I think I had us around 150. If we look here, probability of the money on the 149 is 78%, 150 is 84%. Now, if you do the 150, that's going to turn into a 2 spread. If you want to do 149, it's only a 1 spread. Morning, Lisa. You're right, Cameron. Glossy paper, better photos. They definitely did a different, and it was like something that was small. You didn't initially, you kind of didn't recognize it, but then you realize along with like they really are separating themselves apart. So 149, 150 for next Friday is paying $18. I hope y'all can see that. Let me make this a little bit bigger. I have to change it back when it's just me because it ends up crowding up my screen. I can change it to bigger while y'all on here with me. Very large. Okay, so 149, 150, as I said, is paying $18 for, one spread, 18% return. Yep. Now we close it. I usually close it 50, 60, 70%. I close it somewhere in there. And so you would take, I want to keep at least 10%, right? So you want to do that. But if you wanted to go up to 150, 152.5, if you felt like that was a safer place, one more strike above, that's paying $27 for a 250 spread. So that's right at 10% return on that money. Just a little over 10% return on that money. Those are the choices there. But I like the Target chart there. Okay. 150 puts us up in this range. 149, 150 puts us up in here. Okay. I do see KO on the list. Coca-Cola, the dividend stock. I think Coca-Cola is one of those ones that Warren Buffett has a lot of because it's an inflation proof. It's kind of an inflation proof, disease proof, all of that. Because no matter what's going on, you still need, and it's not just Coca-Cola. It's water and all the other stuff that they sell too. They don't just sell Coca-Cola, right? So looking here, if we're looking for next week, I don't know what they do as far as premiums though. So let's see what we got on the weekly chart. Janae said yes to the glossy paper, but digital took over that. They're going to have Suri tell them the deal soon. Yeah, well, true. And then you got people, I think they're also using influencers to help do like TikTok videos and whatever. And I do like the fact that they've been really great with putting products on the shelves from regular old folks. When I say regular, Tabitha Brown has a bunch of stuff in there now. They had done the Carol's Daughter ladies products, the several of, I could name, but I'm just saying they were very open to putting products on the shelf. Not that Walmart didn't, I'm just saying. And to be honest, I don't shop at Target a lot because I'm not a super fan of their prices, but they're the closest one to where I live. Walmart is not close to where I live, so I'll go into Target if I'm looking for something, but it ain't the spot I would normally pick or normally choose. Okay, so I'm looking here and I see with my little eye. I mean, the buggies are better. Let me stop because I can go through my mind is going through all the things. Their little bakery areas better. Anyway, here we've got some support. I see this is an upward trend. This is a weekly chart. So I probably would go with a put credit spread, but you are coming into some resistance from back here. So this is a pretty good resistance back in April, and that touched that same spot in August of the previous year. If you want to do that, but if you wanted to go up even one more to provide yourself some resistance, you're up here at the 67. You could go up there too, and then this could potentially provide you an iron condor. Mr. Ward, I'm not sure if you're a seller, but we're here. Carol's Daughter is not private anymore. I know she sold it. Which, yeah, she sold it. But you know what? I hope she got a good deal as far as continuing to get like residuals and or having herself on the board. I mean, I hope she wrote some stuff into the contract that keeps her involved in her product. But I remember when Carol's Daughter, when I first went natural, which now is 20 something years ago, I think I went natural like in 2000. So 24 years ago, she was just starting up and making products, and oh my goodness, her stuff would take forever to get to you, but she was very popular, and her stuff you would order and wait, and then she, continued to bootstrap it. And so if you put that kind of time and energy into something, and then you start to see the fruit of your labor, and somebody wants to come buy you for millions or billions, hopefully they won't change the ingredients too much. But I'm thinking they might have had to because they needed more preservatives. Her products didn't have a lot of preservatives, and I'm sure they wanted to start adding that to it because that shelf life matters. Shelf life matters. Okay, so we were looking at, let's go back to single. If we were looking up above, what did I say, 64, something like that. If we were at 65, which is 78% probability out of the money for next week, that's you could go with 65 or 66 if you're going to do an iron condor. And then on the other side, 63. Now we got a plus minus 1.2, so you really could do 63 and the 65 potentially. There's one thing about these dividend stocks, a lot of times they don't do a lot of moving. They're not like people who paying big dividends aren't necessarily big movers for trading, but that can be good for sellers. If you want to get that, you can, maybe work that for you. The drawback is generally the premiums aren't necessarily all that enticing, right? I think I said 63 and 65. Yep, 63 and 65. The premiums aren't necessarily all that enticing. 63 puts us $1 away, and it's a 1.2. So 62, 63 is paying $16. 62, 63 is paying $16, and 65, 66 is paying another $7. So $23 for one spread you can take in on Coca-Cola. Carol's daughter was worth the wait. I will agree with that. It was definitely worth the wait. I had gone to, this was back in Atlanta when they did the natural hair convention, the Talia Wajid natural hair convention in Atlanta. And me and a friend of mine rode up there and went to the convention, and Carol's daughter was there. Lisa and Carol's daughter were there. So 65.66 is paying about, what did I say, $7? Let me go back. I'm typing this in the chat. 6/14 expiration. 65.66. I think that's a call credit spread. Yep. And 62.63 put credit spread. I think it was paying, when I just looked at it, it was paying, what did I say? Was it $14? Nope. $16 because it was 23 total. Okay. Ward says, if I'm driving, Target is a little to me further for me, I guess, than Walmart, and they're both pretty close. I'm more towards selling. Okay, cool. TD was worth the wait. Would Pepsi be in the same category? Yep, Pepsi would be in the same category, Ward, as Coca-Cola. I don't know if Pepsi does Pepsi do dividends? I know Coca-Cola does, but I don't know if Pepsi does dividends. I want to go look at NEM, NEM also, if there's nothing, y'all don't got nothing else in here. Oh, Pepsi's a little more expensive. So let's go see what they got going on the chart. See what Pepsi looking like. I didn't even go back to the daily chart on Coca-Cola because I could have gone there. Pepsi has a gap up here that it's going to need fill in. This is the weekly chart, I believe. I meant to go back to the daily chart. You should start on the weekly, though. That way you can see what kind of zones you have on the weekly chart. Remember, the weekly zones are going to be stronger than the daily zones. Okay, if I was looking there, I see something in here too. This is in the weekly. So right in here, it's right where we are. It's going to be some support there on the weekly at 171. Let's change this to the daily. Let me see. Okay, well, I guess not. This is what's going on today. This is a weird looking candle, isn't it? Upside down, upside down. The more you turn me inside out and round. I better stop singing it because you get a copyright strike singing too much of a song. Nope, this you go somebody. We're taking the video down. Pepsi does play dividends. Yeah, we can look at Amber. Absolutely. So if I was checking out PepsiCo for next week, to looking at credit spreads there, I like 174. We've seen to be on a downwards ride here a bit, but it has hit some support and come back. So 171, 174. Let's go see what the numbers are looking like. I will go down to 167.5. It's got an 83%. This is a 2.5 spread. And up to 175. So 167.5, 175. I'm always looking to see if something can be an iron condor. That's not always possible, not always the best, but if you can, then you can get double your premiums on one set of collateral. So 165, 167.5 is paying $19. Okay, so that's 19 on that side. And then I said 175. It's going to pay another 25. So $44 you're going to take in for a 2.5 spread on Pepsi. I think that might be good. Let's see, Pepsi. What did I say? 175, 177.5 call credit spread is paying. Looks like the price must be going up a little bit because it's moving up. 165, 167.5, and that was $19. Definitely for next week's expiration. That way, the reason I'm saying next week expiration is that Let's Theta help you over the weekend. Theta decay over the weekend will help you so that way it'll draw up those premiums for you. And then Monday or Tuesday, depending on how the price moves, you may be in a situation where you can close those trades back up early in the week. Can close them early in the week. Okay, let Theta work for you. This is Google. Did you want Goog or Google? Because they aren't exactly the same. Tanya, I'm doing Goog. That gap is filled. But there's right in here, in the middle of it. In the middle of it. This is today's candle. Google just chilling. Just chilling. Okay, if we're looking for next week, above 179.6, which is above 180, and below 176. Let's see what our plus minus number is. 5.8. So definitely add maybe 6 of this. So that puts you at 184, or in this case 185. You could go there, and below, take a 6 away, puts us at 172.5. So 170, 172.5 is going to pay $36. That's a 10% return right there by itself, over 10%. And if we added 6 to that, put us at what, 185? That's paying another $30. So you can pull in 60 plus dollars off of a 2.5, which is over 25% return. Right? So let's put that in our chat too, in our comments. Put that in our comments. What do we have? 185, 187.5. That's paying about $33. And I think I said 152. No, 162, 172. Taking away 6. 170 and 172.5. I think that one was paying $36. $36. You're going to pull in almost. Where did you put that? Where'd it go? Okay. 170, 172.5 for $36. To do both sides, you're going to take in about $70 using 250. That's almost a 30% return, actually. Tanya, I'm proud of you, girlie. Go in there and do one. All right, because Tanya will be like, 250, I haven't branched into those yet. Go ahead. Put yourself out. Even if you do it in your sim. If you're not ready to do it live, do it in your sim. Let it do its thing. That way you can see. But if you're ready to put your 250, put 250 up there, you can go ahead and see what the end gonna be. Right? Take in your 30% premiums, girlfriend. And then if we talk about 50% return, 50% closing at 50, if you took in 70 and you close it at like 25 or 30, then you're going to feel like that's going to be more meaningful. Not just you. I'm not talking directly to you. It's the you, right? It's going to feel more meaningful to close it at 50% if you initially took in $70, right? You close it for 25 or 30, that what you keep is going to feel more meaningful. Okay, I actually like to put that down because I actually like that trade. GOOG. GOOG. Amber, let's see what Amber's got going this morning. Amber decided it was going on back on up after it came to that gap. AMBA is a semiconductor play or trade. It's in the semiconductor space. Ambarella, under my umbrella, Ella. Okay, so we go from the close to the open. Nope, I need a box. Go from the close to the open and then pull back off of the gap. Okay, so it hit a couple days ago. This is a daily chart, right? A couple days ago, I think this was Tuesday, hit the top of this gap and went on from there. It did hit some resistance up here, so that's important to note that it has not been able to bump past that resistance place up there at 59. But the gap has played support, which gaps do that, right? Gaps do that. So now we're on a 6-day run of iron condor-ness. But it has been on an upwards ride. So, keep that in mind as you're looking to do what it do. But let's go see what kind of numbers we could have. So if we're looking for the bottom, I need to go back and check SPX. I'm just chilling over here, looking at everything else. I probably would go with the 54. What was the top of the gap? So we can make sure that 54, 51. Yeah, I would want to get at least a 54, which is 83% probability out of the money. And I want to say the other side was not what, it couldn't have been 57 because the other side is 59. There we go. The top up there is 59. So 59 is a 71%. If you wanted to go a little further, which, always a good thing, it was 60. So I see 54 and 60. And we got a plus minus 3.7. So that'll work too. 54 is going to pay $7 in itself. You're like, I don't think so. Did I say 54 or 55? 54. But if you partner this $7 with your 59 or 60, you got $19. So that side is $12. The upside is paying 12. So if you do them both together, you're looking at $19 for that iron condor. Yeah, so there's Google, there's GOOG Ward, and there's GOOGL. Okay, there's two Googles basically. AMBA, I'll put here 60, 61, CCS, and I think I said 54, 53, 54. Check that one out. See which one, if there's some interest on either of those sides or both of those sides. Yeah, Alphabet is Goog and Google. Let's go see what SPX is doing. Did it break out? Did it break out yet? Let's do the 15-minute chart so we can actually see what's going on play by play. Before I forget, next week, I meant to put it in and I may have to just go grab the graphic. I meant to put it in here. Next week, we're going to start this call at 8:30 in the morning. I'm moving us to earlier in the morning because it's going to fit my teaching life better. And this is the 15th. No, oh, wow. This first candle here showed it was going down, but SPX said not so. So as far as the breakout goes, it has broken out going back up. It's on the upwards ride. It just dipped. Maybe you think we're gonna be in calls. That's how they get you. They make you think. Look, see, y'all see this big old wick? I mean, this candle here is literally 13 points. This candle is 13 points. People jumped in puts thinking they were gonna ride all day, and they pulled it right back up in that same 15-minute candle. And then went on here. So all the people who jumped in puts right here, their money at this point is gone. They have to buy back. Hey, Sandra. All righty. So that's what SPX is doing. At this point, it has broken out. So if you're one who does the does SPX on a daily basis or does 0 DTE on SPX, take this information in. I wanted to share with you that there is a strategy that we use for the SPX playbook. You can find it there. SPX playbook is a full strategy that talks about when do you enter, what do you do, using the PDT hack, which allows you to trade daily without utilizing your day trades. Okay, two different things. You don't want to use your day trades. You want to trade daily, and that's two different things, right? So, you can check out that. You can check out the product, spxplaybook.net. It's a $27 playbook. And if you need videos, you can get videos to go along with it. Okay. So who says I get up at 9:30, so I have to start? Yeah, you can start off. You turn it on and start off. Start listening to me as you start to get into your stock trader mode. Getting the stock trader mode. This is NEM. Today it gapped down tremendously. I had NEM calls above 42.55. That didn't trigger. Not yet, anyway. Not yet. Okay. I wanted to look here. Oh, it's got a gap down here at the bottom. That's going to need. I don't know if it was trying to fill it, but not quite yet. Oh, I didn't want that. Okay. I need to put some of my little tools up here. Got to remember how to make the tools stick at the top. Anybody remember how to put the tools up here? I used to know. I know one of y'all knows how to put the tools from down here, how to add them to the top of this screen. Something right here, maybe. Drawing tools. I want the tools, but I want them to be pinned at the top. Create drawing set. How is it? How do it know? Somebody in here knows. I know. Is Jamie, are you on this call? Because that's who would definitely know. Would be Jamie. Okay. Got a special announcement. Y'all know we've been doing the Start with the Chart challenge all week. Yes, we've been doing that all week. Well, what I'm launching today is the Chart Your Way to 100K, a stock charting training course. Fully there, a full training course. It includes everything from the basics. It goes deeper in the candles, goes deeper into indicators, goes deeper into how do we chart. It works on how do you chart for different strategies, right? That's all there. In addition to the training course, it's going to be like a hybrid. Actually, there are videos that you will watch. And then for the next 4 weeks, we're going to also have hands-on training. We'll meet weekly to help guide you through, because sometimes it's hard to, even if you got videos, it's hard to manage doing the doings because you just aren't sure, right? So we're going to have 4 weeks of hands-on learning partnered up with the do-it-yourself videos, because you need to watch the videos in your own time, and then we'll come together and work from there. This is releasing today. It's released now. It's releasing today. It's $200 off. If you decide you want to jump in the chart your way to 100K, chart your way to 100K.com, you can go right there and grab hold to the product and get yourself involved this weekend. That introductory price is not going to stay that way. After this weekend, it's going to go back up to regular price. So the $200 off is good for about 3 days. And then we're going to be on to full price, because it takes a lot of extra energy for an extra prep and all those things to make sure that I'm coaching and teaching along the way when we have the live trainings, right? So the live trainings are going along with that. Honestly, the live trainings could be the same price of this DIY course. It could be just if I did the training itself, it would be worth that. But I've decided to do the course and to add to that my time to help us to utilize the information, because that's really the goal. The goal is that we learn how to chart so that way we can increase our profits significantly. Okay. All righty. So I'm going to wrap us up. If you are on the Start with the Chart Challenge, we are meeting for the last night tonight. We're basically bringing all the pieces together. We've spent the week doing the basics of charting, looking at our platforms, support, resistance, trends, gaps, indicators, candlesticks. We've done all of those things this week. Tonight, we're going to put all the pieces together and put all those pieces together. The VIP group has been amazing. We've spent every night during our VIP after party. We've done some charting. We've looked at stocks. We've given trade ideas, which is where that AMBA trade actually showed up. Those who jumped in AMBA after that Monday, after I told you where to get in after the 55 people did that. Some people did that and made the money's. Okay. But yeah, that's going to finish up tonight though. The Start with the Chart Challenge will conclude tonight, and then we will start the charting classes and stuff next week. We'll start doing that next week. So if you're trying to get on board, get on board. If you're trying to get on board, don't waste the time. Don't waste the time. All right. Y'all already know I'm here for the help, and I'm here for the teaching and the training. But don't waste your time. Don't waste time. You're going to miss out. I don't want anybody to miss out, I promise. But some people will. Okay. Our E2T Traders Declaration. I declare I'm a great trader. I declare I'm a successful trader. I declare I'm a focused trader. I declare my wins exceed my losses. My account's growing more and more each week. I am a wise and knowledgeable trader. I always make smart and lucrative decisions for my portfolios. I declare I'm a level-headed trader who does not trade my emotions. Carmen says, yes, indeed, on AMBA. Yeah, some folks looked at that and was like, let me go on and get a little piece of this. Wonderful, wonderful. Lord, it is you who gives us the power to get well. You teach our hands to war with the purpose of establishing your kingdom. Help us today to trade wisely and strategically in order to fulfill this purpose. Give us more than enough so we can have what we need and enough to be a blessing to others. In Jesus' name, amen. All righty. So we've got a few things we're going to do. Today, we're going to stay green. Yes, we're going to stay green. Today, we're going to get this money. We're going to get this money. We're going to have a great green day. If you're part of my membership and all in my groups, basically, you can see me in the Telegram groups where I'll be there communicating. If you're part of the Start with the Chart Challenge, I will see you this evening at 7 o'clock. All righty. I'm going to bid you a fond farewell. Goodbye, everyone. Stay green and get this money. Bye-bye.